when I saw you in the line, I was like, oh no, like we should still have the panel even though the room's big. Why not?
Excellent. We're so happy to have you here. Is this your first time to Indiana?
Yes, my first time.
Is everybody treating you okay?
Look at me. I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy to be here. I've had such a great time meeting everyone who loves these characters as much as I do. I mean, it's so nice to get to do this work in the first place. I mean, and then to see it received so well, and you know, people sing the songs and wear T-shirts and you know, get involved in the story and say how much it means to them. It means the world to me.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'd like to ask you a few questions. Let's go.
Sure.
Right into it.
Oh my God, Cliff, what up, dude? What up, bro?
Let other people go.
Hi, I have two questions.
Yeah.
The first one is, what is your favorite thing about conventions? And the second and most important one, what is your Hogwarts house?
Oh my gosh. Okay. First, what is my favorite thing about conventions? Just seeing everybody dress up and like put so much effort in their outfits and like honor their favorite characters. And then another thing I like about conventions is going around and like just like finding like really cool like things that I like. Like I love like ears. I love like pins. My pins at the Jurassic Park. I forget what that animal is. What dinosaur is that? You know the guy that spits out the oil, the ink. Yeah. Exactly.
Dilophosaurus.
What is it?
Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus.
I knew that.
Yeah. So I love all the swag. And then what house do I belong to? I think I'm like, to be like completely H, I think I'm like between Hogwarts and Slytherin.
Do you mean Hufflepuff?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh shit, right. Gryffindor and Slytherin, but I like Hufflepuff.
You gotta take the actual Pottermore test though. That was written by J.K. Rowling.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much, because I do not want to be this embarrassed next time. So Hufflepuff and Slytherin makes Gryffindor. I'm part of the Dumbledore school. That's what it is.
Hi, Diane. I feel so silly. My video didn't record yesterday when you said hi to my girlfriend. Could you say hi to her one more time? It was Nadine.
Nadine?
Yeah.
Hey Nadine, it's Diane Guerrero. What's up, girl? I wish you were here. But your girlfriend's here and she loves you very much.
Thank you. Also, one other thing. There has been a whole lot of amazing fan songs that have been on YouTube. Some of them have millions of views. Have you listened to any of those?
Yes.
Or on Encanto? They were really good.
They're amazing. Yeah. It's been incredible to see like all the mashups and like how creative people are getting with all of the songs from Encanto, and just I can't even believe it. I mean, I've never been part of something like this that's captured so many hearts and has inspired so much art. Like all the drawings and paintings and like graphics that I see, and all the Legos and the pop things, you know, all of that.
Did you sense it when you were doing the voice work for it, that it was something special, or was it just, because it just came out and everybody loves it. It resonates with people to such a high level, and of course it's Disney. I mean, this is the best of the best.
You know, I didn't. I just don't think about that, because I feel like when I think about that, it's usually kind of like sets me up to like think about the wrong things. I was just enjoying the moment and feeling like that little girl like singing in front of the mirror, like all of the Disney songs, and I was just enthralled in that, like I can't believe this is happening. Then when I started seeing like some of the toys and the McDonald's, once you're a McDonald's toy, I think it's kind of like all over for, you know what I'm saying? And then when I tried to go to the McDonald's to get the toys, they were sold out. And I was like, I had lost my Isabella, and I needed more. I had got my mom a Mirabel. And, but yeah, I think that's when it hit me. I was like, holy shit, I'm at McDonald's in Colombia. I was like in Colombia going to the McDonald's getting those toys. Thank God my partner's mother, for Christmas, found the entire collection of the McDonald's Encanto toys, and so I got those for Christmas. Yeah.
Excellent. When did the casting process to get that role? Like,
Yeah.
how did they go through? What did you have to do to get that role?
Oh my gosh, so I'd love to share this story because it was like one of the best days of my life. So it was like 2020, pandemic, full on. Everyone was like afraid to leave their homes, you remember? And there was a Black Lives Matter march and a protest. So like my friends were like all going, and this is like right when all of that started. And so like I went out and I was like hype, I was like there, I was like, marching and protesting along my fellow humans. And then I got a call from this casting agent, Jamie, and she calls me and she's like, hey Diane, so we're casting for a Disney movie, and it's like so loud, it's like, it's like, hell no, we won't go, kind of thing. And I'm like, it's a what? A Disney movie? Can I talk to you? I'm at a protest right now. Yeah, you guys at Disney are cool with that, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, you align with my values. Cool. So what's the role? No, okay. So they're like, okay, you have to sing a song. You have to like do an a cappella song, and I hadn't sang in a long time. Like I went to a performance arts high school. Like I did music then, but I was so insecure. I didn't pursue it because I was like, I'm not as good as, I was comparing myself. So I was like, I'm not as good as this person or that person, so I can't pursue music. And so I was just like, even the acting thing like came after like a political science stint in college and communication. I was like, I'm gonna be a reporter. No. Then I was like, maybe I'll be a lawyer. No. And then I started taking acting classes because my therapist was like, maybe you take acting classes so that you can feel better because you're sad doing anything else. And so I started taking acting classes, and it just opened up a whole new world for me, and I was like, this is exactly where I want to be. And I was always sort of afraid of this side of me where I could explore music. And then the Disney thing came along, and I was like, this is your chance. You better take it, Diane. You're ready. And so I sang, I had got the audition, and I sang, oh God, what song did I sing? It was, there are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good, I suppose it could be true. That's the thing I never do. Okay, and then I was just like, that, right? I was a little off key, but whatever. I was just an impromptu. But I talked to them, and they actually really wanted to know. I'm sorry I'm taking so long, but this is an exciting time. They wanted to know about like my background, and so about my Colombian background, and I talked to them about how my house was always filled of magical realism. Like really, like my dad would make things out of like yucca skins. I don't know if anyone knows what yucca is.
Yes.
Yeah. So he would like make those for me, and he would chase me around, and I'm like, holy shit, this was my con. Like I was at home as a kid living this with my parents because they were always like just letting me be who I wanted to be, and I always wanted to wear my mom's heels and put long socks on my arms and just play all day. And so I shared that experience with them, and then they called me and I had the job, and I couldn't believe it. So yeah, that's the story.
That's amazing. Now, when you recorded the songs, was it an ensemble or was it you by yourself?
By myself, yeah. It was like COVID times, but I feel like they used to have people in the same room for like energy, but now I think it's everyone just does it solo and then they put it together. Yeah. You're leaving?
I have to go get that MASH photo.
Oh, right.
It
Go.
takes way too much MASH.
I hear you. Go get MASH.
Don't call me.
All right, go get MASH.
She doesn't know me. I'm just making that up.
You know, go.
Hi, big fan. So my sister brought me here, and she is running her booth. So would you mind saying hi to Melinda for me?
Melinda?
Yeah.
Hi, Melinda.
Thank you. And then my question for you is, out of all your characters or your personalities on Doom Patrol, what is your favorite, and what is your favorite memory on Doom Patrol?
Well, my favorite I think, God, I love so many. I miss Karen a lot. I don't know what that says about me, but I miss Karen. I love playing baby doll. I don't know what the hell that says about me too. And then I love playing Silvertongue because I just love just kind of getting to, really enunciate the words and just like kill someone with them. I know I get to like live out like my wildest dreams on Doom Patrol, which is like really fun for a person who has a lot of emotions and doesn't know where to put them. So there's that, and then my favorite time on Doom Patrol, I gotta say, was like on Danny the Street, where like everybody had an orgasm at the same time, and I couldn't believe what was happening. It was like, again, one of my dreams fulfilled. And it was like even the dog, was shaking. I thought it was hilarious. And I love being on Danny the Street because it's like you can be whoever you want to be and do whatever you want to do, and no one's there to judge you. And I love that about Doom Patrol too, that it's like, it's a non-judgmental show. Like we bring out, like, we just talk about whatever, and just, it's a very imaginative show, and that's the kind of place I want to be in. Yeah.
Okay, hi. So I was wondering when, for your character from Encanto, do you think that she would have a love interest? Because my friends and I we were convinced that she was going to end up with a girl at the end.
Yeah.
But like, do you have any idea about that? What would you think?
I really am hoping that that's the case. Encanto too. I really hope
Is there
that.
going to be a second one?
I sure hope so. I'm calling my agent right now. Seeing kind of like the trajectory of all the other Disney movies that have done really well, they usually get a part 2, and so I'm hoping that that's the same with Encanto. And if that is the case, then I would love to see, going in that direction where Isabella ends up with a girl and she's all kind of like punked out and has like, just expresses herself in a different way, or where she doesn't need a partner, and she wants to be on her own and explore, creating and living on her own. But I'd love to see Disney go in that direction for sure. Yeah.
She's such a complex character, Isabella.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody can relate to that, because we all want to, at some point, try to please our parents.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where we're like, and then we have to make the decision, am I going to do what I want to do for myself, or am I going to try to please our parents? And I think that's a very relatable character. I think all the characters in Pandora are so relatable, but that was something that resonates with so many people. People are like, oh, we get that tension pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. I resonated so much with that, like this idea of like wrestling with perfection. That's something that's so ingrained in us since we're kids. It's like we're so afraid to make mistakes. We're so afraid to color outside the lines and mess up or be wrong. And it's like from those messes or whatever is kind of where you get some of the best stuff. Some of the best stuff happens.
Hey, so I was wondering, I know that Doom Patrol moved, at first it was at the DC Universe, whole thing.
Right.
Then moved over to HBO Max. I was wondering if, in that time period, there was something that maybe got cut, or some studio censored something, or changed something that you really wished was in the first or second season?
From DC, just because it was on DC versus HBO? No, really the DC thing just didn't work, nobody signed up. I'm looking at all of you. You signed up?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for your support. But no one else did. And so we couldn't, it wasn't a difference. Like it was the same kind of stuff on HBO. And if anything, they cut my big number on episode, I don't know what. Season 2, when I played Scarlet Harlot, anybody? I had a song and they cut it. It's okay, there'll be more music to come this season, I hope. So we'll see, but no, it's the same trashy ass show. on both.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for signing my book yesterday.
Of course.
But also, I wanted to ask you what it was like working with John Leguizamo, because in your book you mentioned how much you looked up to him and admired him, being one of the only Latinos that you'd seen on TV.
Yeah, for me it was like a dream come true. Not only was he so present and so visible on the comedy stage, like in theater, in film, also in animation. I mean, for me, it was a dream come true. I mean, I used to recite like every single word from all of his from all his stand-up, and I was doing that in high school, in my arts high school with all of my friends, and so to get to meet him and to be in a movie alongside him, it's like really a dream come true for me. It really, I can't even believe that that it happened. And I tell him all the time, and he's just like, okay, enough. Like, I get it. And I'm like, it's every time I see him, I'm like, you mean so much to me, and like you inspired me. He's just like, all right, Diane, you already told me this. Like last time we met, remember you went to backstage on both of my shows and told me the same thing? Yes, I know, I have to calm down. I really have to calm down and stop going up to celebrities and like reciting lines that they say. But I don't care, I'm gonna be my cringy self. I went up to DJ Khaled the other day and I was like, another one. And he was like, I was like, why did I say that? But then I was like, we the best music. I was like, please leave me alone. Then I tried to talk to Beyonce. Jay-Z didn't like it. That's another story. I'll write about it in my second book of how depressed I am about that. But anyway, yes. Hell yeah, Cliff.
Can you hear me?
I can.
You're awesome.
Hey, Cliff.
Hey, first, I just want to say, when you change personalities, the way your face just totally goes into a different mode, I love it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Also, I got a question, but it's kind of personal, so.
That's okay.
Not personal for you, it's personal for me.
Okay.
So, your character, you know, mental health,
Mm-hmm.
are you at all involved in any kind of foundations or anything for helping people?
Right now, I'm in the foundation of Diane Guerrero helping myself.
Okay.
Because Homegirl has different emotions every day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So currently I'm receiving a lot of help from my therapist. I am journaling, I am meditating, I'm finding different ways to self-soothe and communicate and, answer to my needs. Jane really helped me with that, really helped me understand that I have different sides of me because I've been fractured in so many ways, like many of us, through trauma, childhood trauma, trauma along the way, trauma that we've imposed on ourselves because that's all we know, whatever it is. Jane has helped me understand that I have different sides, and those sides, all of them are okay.
Yeah.
The cringy ones, the silly ones, the sad ones, the sometimes afraid ones, the hermit crab ones, all of those are okay. And so I've been learning how to talk to all of those sides and be like, all right, chill, we don't gotta go off the deep end. I know you're here again, but just like Jane, kind of try to work together,
Oh yeah. So I just want to tell you, you help people more than you know, and you're awesome.
Thank you so
Also,
much.
I got another question.
Yeah.
There's a supernatural connection on the show. I'm sure everybody knows it. When they do the callback for Supernatural, you got to be on Supernatural.
I already asked them. Yeah. I'm like, look, if there's anything, if there's a union of some sort, I have to be there.
I mean, you got it in. Come on.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, I agree. Man, Cliff, it's been great to see you. I saw you last week on set. I'll see you on Monday. This season's going great, dude. Cliff is my best friend now, and it's actually Jane's best friend on the show. So I have such a special connection. I got that best friend. Hi.
I just wanted to say, my favorite point from the show was actually the same thing that you already mentioned. The orgasm scene, I saw that completely out of context, and I was just, what is this show? I wanted to ask, when season 3 was getting filmed, was that during COVID? Did you have to do any kind of change for that, or was that already before COVID hit?
No, I mean, that was towards the end, the last episode. You know how we didn't have an ending to third season? That was when COVID really, I guess, broke out and everybody was in a state of frenzy. So we couldn't finish the last episode. So we had to start that, oh gosh, was that third season? Yeah, so this season is when we're finishing it. We finished we're giving you the episode that we missed.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only thing towards the end where it affected it. But before that, we were chilling.
Okay. So
But then everybody got scared.
So the last episode of last season didn't really kind of get added to it. It's kind of moving on to the fourth season then, essentially.
It kind of turned into something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think I'm like mixing up seasons, but I'll catch you later. I see what you look like. What are you dressed as?
I am a hunter.
A hunter. Okay, a hunter. What's on a hunter? I'm just kidding. A hunter. Got it. Hi. Zorro?
That's happened a lot, but no Wesley from Princess Bride.
Okay, that's good too. Yeah, that was my second guess. Okay.
You mentioned besties. Speaking of, do you and Jackie Cruz stay close?
Yes, we actually just started seeing each other again. She went off and lived her life for a bit, and so did I. That's kind of what happens when you leave a show and like you leave your family. You kind of stay in touch, but then you form like new bonds, and you're working all the time. So, but now we're back in action. Me and Jackie Cruz.
Very cool. I was always hoping you'd start a YouTube channel together.
Oh my gosh! Well, believe me, she tried. Okay, I was like, Jackie, no, I cannot. She had a bunch of ideas of like how to get more famous, and I wasn't biting, not for the YouTube channel, but who knows? There's still time.
Second part, real quick. Actually, what is a favorite memory from Orange is the New Black?
Favorite memory from Orange is the New Black. It's just like everything. I don't know. I mean, that show is so special to me. I was so what sticks out the most for me is that I was like such a new actor, and I was so scared all the time on that show. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, you go to acting school or acting classes, you have a coach and you work on things, but it's not the same as being on set. And so I was just like learning a whole lot. The riots were fun. Loved eating that mouse. That mouse scene I loved. It's when I threw up the mouse and all that. Yeah, anything that's like gross, which was a lot on Orange. I love being in that kitchen, stirring the pot, literally and figuratively. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Hello.
Hi there. I had a similar question with Orange is the New Black.
Sure.
So what would be some of your fun bloopers, some of the outtakes that didn't quite make it?
Definitely like slipping on like goo on like, nasty like cafeteria food. The real fights that we would have between each other. The real arguments and like cattiness. No, I'm kidding. No, we had a good time there. I don't know. Everything that I did pretty much made it in. It was always like a really small blip when I got into Orange is the New Black. I always had like one line and I had to like dunk it. You know what I mean? It was like always, everybody had all this dialogue, and then I showed up and I was like, they're like action, and I'm like, what was my line again? So I always had to sort of like land that one line. If that one line didn't land, then I was out. So
it had such an interesting dynamic on Orange is the New Black. There's the clicks and the energy. Was that palpable on set? Did you feel that? Or
sometimes that would transfer over because we were all sort of like segregated, like into like our groups. And so like, like the Latinas would like stay together, and then, it was like all these little groups, and we all really wanted to mix, and sometimes we would just have to like stay in our tables. And so I feel like that naturally creates some tension. And I think that was sort of the intention of how it was set up. As much as you're playing pretend, it does kind of like start weaving into your own life, and you start sort of having to like live that, especially if you're there every day and you're telling a story. You start sort of becoming the character a little bit, and those dynamics are no different sometimes. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So I was wondering. So you said that like kind of you geek out when you see somebody famous that you really look up to.
Yes, everybody famous that I see.
Yeah. I know that like you're famous. So how do you feel when fans do the exact same thing that you do to other people, or like always being around these famous people?
Yeah, don't talk to me. No, I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous when people come up and talk to me. I'm from the hood, okay? I'm from like Jamaica Plain in Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, I don't know. So if you come up to me or something, anybody look at first, it was like when people would look at me, like, why is Uncle staring at me? What's she looking at? And my friends would be like, you're on the show, crazy. And I'm like, right. You think that's it though? I don't know. She's looking at me like there's something else going on. No, I really like it. I like when people come up and tell me something special about what they like about the show. I don't like when people come up to me and go like, have I seen you somewhere? Tell me what you're in. And then I have to like list, I have to give them my entire resume and they're like, no, that's not it. I go. And I'm like, cool. So you want a picture? They're just like, no, I thought you were that other girl in that other thing. Okay. But you know, it's all like, I think I'm learning to embrace it. At first it was scary because I didn't know what to do. I also had like some social anxiety, which I didn't know that I had. And so yeah, you do experience like, why is that person going up to me? And then you start learning it's because they like your work and stuff, and you're like, oh, cool. So I think it's just something that you get used to, but I really love it. I think it's really nice. I mean, otherwise, then why am I doing this, right? Yeah.
Can you guys give a huge round of applause? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'd really like to hear you just do a little snippet from Encanto. Just a little song, just a tiny bit.
A little song? Oh. I just made something unexpected, something sharp, something new. It's not symmetrical or perfect, but it's beautiful, and it's mine. What else can I do? Who cut my mic off? What else can I do? Thank you.
All right, there, guys, you give applause.